And I think I want to, at this time, just take a moment to honor late George Watts, because when I arrived there, he just passed on. He had a sudden death, and I was working with his widow, his wife, and but then I just started feeling this man's energy, and I learned later on that this man had such a powerful spirit, and I just thought I really wanted to honor him, and even maybe just reading, because I honor him at the end of the chapter, and I just thought maybe I could, read a little something about just a quote that
Sure.
that he utilized.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that quote is in, yeah, it is here. Sorry.
It's okay.
Or maybe I could leave it for the next time.
Up to you.
Yeah. All right, I got it. It's such a beautiful quote. And that when I read that quote, I just got goosebumps like you, and I always felt connected when I was in my office at the Tishard Ban office. I could feel his energy there. So he said, George once said, there were 3 types of leaders in the Native community: floaters who do nothing but float around, those who push others down so they can stay afloat themselves, and swimmers. And I said, he was seen as a swimmer who wasn't afraid to take on powerful currents, and he urged merging young Native leaders to follow his example so they could bring about real change. Neen and Gail were 2 of the women. They were 2 of the women as fire keepers that he mentored, and I could see that they became leaders and strong swimmers.
Wow. Very powerful, and it's beautiful that you're honoring him. I think that's just really speaks to your time there, your experience there, the impact that that entire community had on you.
Right.
Yeah.
It was pretty powerful.
Thank you for sharing that. Just on that, speaking a little bit more to your time in the community, you talked about the primary healthcare project that you brought in, and that you came in as an outsider coming to work within these communities. And I'm wondering if you think that coming in as an outsider was helpful, and if so, if you built relationships with other members of the community, and what that looked like.
Absolutely, and I think that I'll use this quote by Lisa Watson, an Australian Indigenous leader, because this quote speaks to what it was for me like to be outsider going in. If you are coming to help us, you're wasting your time. If you see your liberation bound up in mine, then let us work together. And I'm getting goosebumps because basically that's what I did. And all the communities that I helped, I never went in to say, oh, I'm here to solve it. No, because I knew I was walking into a terrain of wisdom and light and helpers and healers and people with resilience. But sometimes when we are hurting and suffering and struggling, sometimes we just need each other to lift us up. So basically I saw it as that. And as an Indigenous woman myself from Cape Town, South Africa, I think that helped the community a lot to be able to just see that I understood. They didn't have to explain. I understood their dilemma and what they were going through. And for anybody going into Indigenous communities and helping there, go in with the greatest humility and learn from the people. You don't know, you learn and you grow. And that's basically what I did, and that's how people started accepting me. But the biggest thing is transparency, and you being honest, and you carry that humility with you. And that's how people begin to trust you.